Veterans Day. It's a day in America where we pause to remember those who have fought for our freedoms. It's a time when we honor our heroes who sacrificed so much for so little to ensure our safety. President Woodrow Wilson first declared November 11, 1919, Armistice Day, to remember those who had fallen during World War I. As we grew as a country, becoming involved in more and more conflicts across the globe, the number of our veterans grew, and so did the holiday itself. Today, we celebrate the sacrifice of every service member that has served our country, not only in a time of war, but also in a time of peace. Being at war for the past 10 years, numerous men and women have served the United States. The majority of them are out now and starting a new chapter in their lives. Many choose to return to school to further their education. At Texas Christian University, there are over 350 known student veterans. TCU itself shows a strong support for the military. The university dedicated the Veterans Plaza in 2005, which honors Horned Frogs who have made the ultimate sacrifice. There is both Army and Air Force ROTC programs that commission second lieutenant officers upon graduation. And with the growing veterans community, support programs get stronger every day. The question to ask then is, what does Veterans Day mean at TCU to students and veterans alike? For students, Veterans Day is a time to pay respect to those who give us our freedom.
I think it's a time to kind of reflect on everyone that has given up their life or is willing to give up their life so that we can live in the United States how we do today.
It's a time for us to actually give back to these people. I mean, every day they're serving for us. They're doing everything that they can, giving the ultimate sacrifice, ultimately their life on the line. And it's something that's it's thankless a lot of times. We don't even think about it. We go about living our daily life and just kind of forget that we are in a two-front war right now.
Yeah. On Veterans Day, I just remember my brother and think about him because we're not with him right now, and think about all the other veterans that are currently serving or have served, and just grateful that we had them.
Veterans Day means to me is that the veterans come back to a place that they know they call home, and everybody's showing the respect and support for them, and knowing that we understand what you've been through, and understand the respects and everything that we can pay back to them. Like, just know that we understand, we know what you're going through, and we're here for you if you need help.
It means a lot. My family has a long military history, so it means remembering the people who fought for their country while also honoring the people that are fighting for their country.
For veterans, the day is a time to reflect on those who came before them and to remember those who they served with.
It's more than remembrance. It's understanding those who have gone before you, carrying on that tradition. It is knowing the ones that didn't come home, but also the ones that did their part and got out. Not everybody is a lifer. Not everybody wants to make a career out of it. Not everybody wants to be gung-ho. It's about utilizing the lessons of leadership and esprit de corps and honor and courage commitment that has been instilled with us to pass it along to the civilians that we meet and coworkers well into the future.
Well, it's being a veteran is special. It's different, being a veteran, you're not special, you're just different, Instead of immediately going off into the world, you decided to, you go fight for your country, and now you remember all those that you served with, that have both sacrificed their lives and the freedom to make sure that we can live in a free world. So it's very special being a veteran. I think being a military veteran allows us to have a great perspective of what life really is, not just, oh, I didn't get my favorite iPod. It's I'm glad to be alive in school, doing what I want to do.
It means more to me because I have people that were in my unit are currently deployed to Afghanistan right now. They left about 4 months ago. So, my whole platoon is back in Afghanistan right now. So that's really what it means to me, is those guys.
I've always thought of Veterans Day as kind of, in Europe, it's Armistice Day from World War I, and we kind of turned it into Veterans Day over here. So it doesn't really seem to be celebrated all that much. I've always thought Memorial Day was a bigger holiday, because that's the day that you're supposed to honor those that have died in the service of their country. And I've always liked Memorial Day more. But Veterans Day is a nice day.
Veterans Day for me is a little bit more solemn. I think Veterans Day is like last year. I spent it with a bottle of alcohol because just you're drinking to remember I drink to remember those who've fallen and those who didn't make it back. Versus it's great that everyone did make it back, but there's people like my platoon sergeant, First Class Keith Callahan. He left behind a wife and 4 children, and so that's hard and that's tough to deal with. Anyone in my platoon would have traded places with him in a second, but it is what it is, and all you can do is just remember them on that day. And so for me, it's more of a solemn affair than versus like a celebration of being a veteran. I think it's more of a celebration of those who came before us, and it's like that saying goes. You always see on the T-shirts like, what is it? All gave some, but some gave all. So, they made the ultimate sacrifice for their country, regardless of what the media thinks. So,
For some students, they're able to come to school because of their parents being a veteran. Unused educational benefits are able to be transferred under the post-9/11 GI Bill. Rachel Antiqua is one such student who is able to go to school because of her father's service. Her father is currently a lieutenant colonel in the Air Force, and she couldn't be more proud of him.
To me, Veterans Day is like one of the greatest days, simply because it's like a time that everybody should reflect on like just the absolute sacrifice that these people have put on their line, like for everybody. Like my dad going overseas, leaving behind 7 children and his wife to like go fight for what he believes is right. Like I just think that's amazing. I think, like having a special day set aside for it is just awesome.
Yeah. For Veterans Day at TCU, the holiday is a time for people to remember those who made a commitment to fight for a cause that is bigger than anything in this country of ours. It gives us the ability to be who we are and live our lives how we see fit. The most important thing we can do as a community is to never forget the sacrifice made and honor that by giving back in every way possible.